Okay.
Türkiye'de.
Hi everyone, my name is Cansuçam and this week we're going to debate about homeschooling. Me and my friend ELIF ULUÇ going to talk about disadvantages of homeschooling, and HANDAN and ALPEREN going to talk about advantages of homeschooling. So let's get started. First of all, what is homeschooling? Homeschooling is a worldwide trend that involves educating children at home instead of a traditional brick and mortar school. So they're taking their education at their home, not in school. And usually parents choose this type of education due to scarcity of educational options, hope in projected progress, and or a variety of religious and other beliefs. So they have some reasons to educate their children at home, but we are going to focus on their disadvantages because I think it has some disadvantages. First of them, lack of social interaction increases students' sense of isolation. So this is our main disadvantage. The lack of nonverbal communication and social contact is a big downside and disadvantage of homeschooling. And homeschooling doesn't provide the possibility of sitting together to appear and sharing the school experience, socializing, and going to field trips with schoolmates. So I will give an example. Last term, we were online schooling and we didn't have chance to see each other and we couldn't make friends. We couldn't socialize. So this wasn't a problem to socialize and we just didn't get the chance to know each other very well and it wasn't very beneficial for us. This was our main disadvantage. And let's focus on learning and concentration reduced outcomes. Homeschooling seems to be more relaxed than going to school because instead of teachers, children are taught by parents who tend to be less strict than teachers. Yes, it's less stressful, but it creates a problem because it's just reduced outcomes. The children just don't get stressed or disciplined, so they feel more relaxed, but it's not something we should proud of because it's just reduce our creativity and productivity. And due to the lack of in-BS monitoring, there's a great that students will relax, lose the will to learn, and be quick to decide to do something more interesting. They just sit on their room, they just want to play something with their toys or with their computers, or just want to go out because there's nothing to monitor them and do what should they do. So it's more relaxed way and they're more able to just focus on other things than studying and education. And over time, students may increasingly lose focus and concentration, which will not contribute toward achieving positive results. So feeling relaxed and not feeling stressed just creates a problem too toward achieving positive results. So it's a problem. And my last disadvantage is homeschooling materials can get expensive. So the cost is also a problem because you should buy a computer, find some internet connection and some materials, books, notebooks, and technological device. So it's also expensive, and cost is one of the main disadvantages of homeschooling that people don't think about. Public school, of course, is free with the checkbook having to come out for things such as sports uniforms or tickets to the school play. Moral schools just give you what you need for your education, but if you're homeschooling, you don't have this chance, so you should buy what you need. That was all. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is HANDAN NISA, and I will talk about the advantages or benefits of homeschooling. Well, I want to say at first, what is homeschooling? Homeschooling can be preferred by parents whose children is ahead behind creative or challenging students. And there is an extra situation, which is we studied in homeschooling methods because the pandemic, COVID-19. So some pandemic situation can force us to study with the homeschooling methods. So the first benefits of homeschooling is parents or students can adjust the timings or adjust their school schedules according to their programs. So if some students wants math class once a week, he can choose or she can choose this. And the other other advantages is you don't have to worry about the COVID-19 because you don't have to study with face-to-face education. You can sit your homes, you can study at your homes, and you can clarify yourself from the COVID-19 or the other diseases. And some parents choose this homeschooling because of this situation. They are worried about their children's health, and they say, okay, you don't have to go to school, but you have to study to go to some universities, or you have to work in a position in your work, so you can study with your homeschooling methods. I want to talk about these two advantages, and my friend ALPEREN will continue its advantages of homeschooling. This is all from me. Thank you for listening to me.
May I be the host, please?
And ESRA can continue.
May I be the host, please? Because I cannot share my screen now. It's saying like that.
Okay, you are the host now.
Okay. Let's share it. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Saul. I'm in the same group with the Cansu Cham. I will continue talking about disadvantages of homeschooling. So let's start. I will give examples as disadvantages to the absence of curriculum structure, slower pace of learning, and socialization of difficulties. We will talk about these today. Well, the absence of curriculum. So I think in the schools we have an exact curriculum. So we are carrying out our lessons according to that curriculum. As teachers, we have to do that on that way because we need some rules in schools, I think. However, when we talk about the homeschooling, it's not working in the same way. It's not working on the same way. In school, it's common to have a certain curriculum that all teachers follow. At home, however, it's different because you decide for yourself what you will study and how much. Of course, all sorts of structure can be imposed upon teaching at home, but the fact is the actual teachers at actual schools adhere to a completely different time schedule. So the absence of curriculum structure has a lot to do with the time management systems that accompany the traditional school programs. And the other disadvantage which I want to talk about is slower pace of homeschooling is a big drawback. So learning from home results in a lack of qualified teachers' help when the student needs it most. This slows down the pace of learning, as everyone can guess easily. The parents who do not have teaching experience are not necessarily able to transfer knowledge to their children effectively in a cross-curricular way. And when these children's ages are different, like whenever they are older, the topics are going to be harder. So it's even hard for parents to learn everything and teach everything to their children. It's going to be so hard. The other disadvantage, which I want to talk about, is socialization difficulties. So, one of the first disadvantages of homeschooling that comes to mind foremost is the difficulty in socialization. Okay, it's my bad. Children, we all know the importance of having our child interact with other children their own age. For example, your children may want to join to the sport competitions, or he or she may want to learn how to play an instrument. It will be out of your pocket, for example. Whenever he or she goes to a public school or a normal school, which is not given education as the homeschooling, then you don't have to pay. That's actually something else, and they are going to socialize. That's the most important part, because as part of their developmental health and ability to form social skills, children need to learn to form bonds with others. We are social creatures as humans, as I can say. And I have a question to the other group. Well, I'm asking, do you think you can provide the social environment that children need to have a healthy mindset by homeschooling? Do you really think that? Thank you for listening to me. That was all which I wanted to talk about. And I think my friend ALPEREN is going to continue.
And my name is ALPEREN, and I'm continue to talk about the advantages of homeschooling. First of all, I want to talk about the flexibility. I think this is one of the main reasons why parents choose homeschooling. Since parents have a choice of curriculum, there is complete freedom in how to teach and what to teach. If your child has a particular interest, like playing guitar or playing basketball or football, you can spend your time or your child's time to develop his or her skill. You don't need to stick to the traditional schools time time zones, and also it's important to mention that free time is one of the main reasons why parents choose homeschooling. Similar to flexibility, parents and children who homeschool have no need to follow the strict routine that traditional schools set. There is now the opportunity to take vacations in the off season, or even change the months that are spent schooling. You don't need to stick to a routine time. You could spend your time as you wish. Also, real life skill building is stronger in home-based learning, and as a parent, you can build stronger relationships with your children with homeschooling. Also, homeschooling attributes your child's independence and maturity feelings. When a student is homeschooled, their success is in his or her hands. Parents can give their children assignments to complete on their own time, requiring responsibility. Homeschoolers are accountable because they are in control of their own education. Additionally, older homeschoolers have the opportunity to start working and earning money while still in school. And we should talk about socialization, as ELIF ESRA asked via question. Another misconception about homeschooling is that there aren't many opportunities for socialization. With homeschool support groups, state homeschool associations, field trips, and sports programs, there are plenty of opportunities for homeschoolers to interact with peers. Additionally, problems like bullying are less of an issue if you choose homeschool. I think that's all for me to talk. That's all for me. Thank you for listening.
And before closing the video, I would like to talk about something. And if I can. Yes, I would like to highlight something that if we check the research about homeschooling children, we can see that there may be some exceptions, but most of the homeschooled children will miss out on opportunities to go to the best schools through college. So when they're homeschooling in their high school years, they will have less chance to get to the best college, and this is another disadvantage. And I would like to highlight this research. So thank you all for listening to us and have a great day.